Here's your daily news roundup from 97.9 WGBW.
From the 97.9 WGBW newsroom, I'm Connie Fellman with this local news update. Green Bay is all about football. And if you're anywhere outside the U.S., that term means soccer. Now, Green Bay could soon have its own professional soccer team as well. The City Council voted unanimously last night to enter into exclusive negotiations to bring a United Soccer League, USL, team to the city. USL leaders say Green Bay's passion for our Packers was one of the reasons the league chose Green Bay. They say their soccer clubs are driven by community support, and there's no place that represents that better than our title town. Over the next year, league officials will be looking at where to locate and how to pay for a 5,000-seat stadium inside Green Bay city limits. They say the stadium would host events almost daily. In addition to soccer, they plan to hold high school athletics, concerts, and community events in the stadium. A local nonprofit that helps veterans takes a big hit after someone stole their trailer full of outdoor equipment. Operation Wisconsin helps veterans and first responders dealing with PTSD, addiction, and depression through outdoor recreation like kayaking, windsurfing, and paddleboarding. Founder Brian Stentz, a disabled veteran himself, says the activities are a chance to reconnect and recover. The 12-foot trailer was parked at Shaganapi Park in Fond du Lac. When Stentz went to pick it up a couple days ago, the trailer with about $50,000 of equipment inside was gone. Anyone with information is asked to call the Fond du Lac Police Department. A Wisconsin high school student has been arrested after allegedly bringing a firearm and ammunition to school and making threats toward other students. Authorities say it happened in Hudson, near the Minnesota border, last month. Hudson police say they found the weapon inside a car in the high school parking lot, and the student was removed from school. The next day, they say they got information the student was making threats to other students, apparently upset over the police being tipped off. Police say the student was arrested and charged with carrying a concealed weapon, making a terrorist threat, possession of a dangerous weapon by a person under 18, and possession of a firearm in a school zone. A new bipartisan bill setting clear rules against grooming is moving quickly in Madison. Kenosha County Representative Amanda Nedweski says the changes would close legal loopholes and help protect Wisconsin kids. It follows other high-profile cases and hearings. Wisconsin taxpayers will soon have a new way to file their state income taxes for free. The Department of Revenue says its new online system, called WisFile, launches in January for the 2025 tax season. It's replacing the federal IRS Direct File program that ended earlier this year. WisFile will let people file returns securely and claim credits. Officials say the change keeps filing fast, free, and easy for state taxpayers. The Shawano community marked Veterans Day yesterday with a new Veterans of Foreign Wars headquarters. The 4,000-square-foot building includes a warming room for gatherings, an outdoor patio, and movable partitions for flexible meeting spaces. It's the latest event in a milestone year for the post. Earlier this year, Army Private Herbert McLaughlin, who the post is named for, was laid to rest in his hometown after 80 years. McLaughlin was killed in the December 7, 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor. His remains were buried in Hawaii until DNA testing advanced to the point where remains could be identified. The remains were exhumed for testing in 2019, and McLaughlin's remains were identified last year. The DNR is once again offering free tree seedlings to fourth-grade students across the state through its Arbor Day tree planting program. The program initially began in 1984 and provides around 50,000 free tree seedlings to fourth graders each year. School principals, teachers, and homeschoolers can place orders and coordinate delivery through an online application until March 16th. The program will also help Wisconsin reach its goal of planting 100 million trees across the state by 2030. The Wisconsin Department of Health Services has applied for $1 billion in federal funding through the Rural Health Transformation Program. The recipients of the funding will be decided by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services by the end of the year. If Wisconsin's application is approved, nearly $3.5 million of the funding would go towards strengthening the rural health care workforce. Another $330 million would go toward rural technology and innovation initiatives. An additional nearly $280 million would be used to establish new rural healthcare partnerships to improve sustainability in the industry. With news at the top and bottom of the hour, all day and on demand anytime at WGBW.FM, I'm Connie Fellman. 97.9 WGBW News.
Murph does it again. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports Baseball. The Brewers' Pat Murphy named National League Manager of the Year for a second year in a row.
Well, I think it's a statement for the Milwaukee Brewers, from ownership to the Ivory Tower to our coaching staff. It's an organizational award, and I'm very pleased to be part of this organization.
He's only the fourth manager to ever win in back-to-back seasons. Bucks basketball tonight. They're in Charlotte to take on the Hornets. College hoops, Wisconsin with a win over Ball State, 86-55. NFL, the Packers back at work after losing to the Eagles. Center Elton Jenkins now on injured reserve after suffering a fractured fibula Monday night. Last week, it was Tucker Kraft and the ACL. Could these injuries become an issue?
We're not going to let it. I think the frustration is just that we haven't figured it out yet. We definitely come into every game with the confidence. We just got to find a way to execute as well.
That's Packers wide receiver Christian Watson with Sports on Mike Clemens.
Sunny and a little breezy today. We'll get to the mid-40s for a high this afternoon. Wind will be northwest gusting to 20 to 30 today. Tonight, mostly clear. We'll drop into the mid to upper 20s. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high in the upper 40s to near 50. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Green Bay News Roundup from 97.9 WGBW. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. And find more news anytime at WGBW.FM.